The clock stopped ticking and began to melt into light before your eyes. In dreams, time doesn't tick. It glows. It pulses. It bleeds. The moment you stop chasing it, it dissolves into something infinite. Tonight, we're stepping into the dream where hours lose their shape and discovering what it means when time itself starts to disappear. Welcome back, my dear dreamers. Tonight we enter a dream where time forgets itself, where the clock no longer ticks, but breathes. In dreams, clocks are never about hours or minutes. They are mirrors, reflecting how we measure change, how we resist it, and how we surrender. When you see a clock bleeding light, your mind is showing you the truth behind control. That time was never something you owned. It was something you were meant to feel. Jung believed such dreams appear when the soul begins to shift, when consciousness starts to bend around a deeper rhythm, one that belongs to eternity. So, come with me. Watch the clock refuse to obey the hours. When time finally decides to breathe. There's a moment in every dream when the air changes, as if the world itself has taken a breath. You don't hear the clock tick anymore. You feel it. The rhythm of your heartbeat becomes the measure of time, and suddenly, you're no longer moving through it. It's moving through you. When time inhales, it's the psyche awakening to awareness. You begin to notice the spaces between seconds, the pauses that memory leaves behind. Psychologists call this temporal dissociation, the moment when your conscious mind loses its grip on order, and the deeper mind begins to reveal how it truly experiences reality. Fluid, elastic, alive. In this first awakening, you're not losing control. You're witnessing the illusion of it fading. And as you stand inside that breath, suspended between what was and what will be, you begin to realize time was never outside you at all. Every second has a pulse, a soft pressure beneath awareness. You don't hear it until the dream slows down enough to make you listen. In waken life, we think of a second as harmless. But in dreams, a single heartbeat can hold everything we've avoided feeling. When time begins to throb, it's the psyche remembering. Each pulse becomes the echo of a choice not made, a grief postponed, a moment that never learned how to pass. The unconscious doesn't measure time the way we do. It measures intensity. That's why in dreams a second can feel eternal, because emotion bends the clock around it. Jung wrote that time, in the language of the soul, expands where the heart resists. The heavier the second, the more it asks to be seen. When you dream of slowing clocks, throbbing light, or hearts that beat louder than they should, that sound is not a warning. It's the rhythm of something trying to heal. Dreams often guide us back into the rooms we've built from memory. They look familiar: a hallway, a window, the shape of a door. But something is always slightly off, as if time forgot the blueprint. You walk through them thinking you remember the way, until you realize these rooms aren't from the past. They're made of it. Each door opens to a moment that never rested. A scent, a sound, a voice you haven't heard in years, still waiting for you to return. and let it finish its story. Psychologists call this phenomenon autobiographical reactivation. When the mind uses dream space to reweave fragments of the self, the brain restores what emotion once fragmented. But memory is never quiet. It hums beneath everything. In the wallpaper of your childhood, in the creak of a stair that remembers your step. When you dream of houses, corridors, or locked doors, you're not exploring architecture. You're exploring continuity. Every forgotten room is a pulse that never faded, waiting for you to listen again. There comes a moment when light no longer stays in its lines. It spills, quietly, insistently, over every edge you tried to hold. In dreams, this is the language of surrender. The psyche saying, "You've carried enough." When the light begins to bleed through walls, it isn't breaking you. It's softening what kept you apart from yourself. We mistake resistance for strength, but every clenched memory is a pocket of frozen time. The mind guards what it hasn't forgiven. Jung wrote that healing is not an act of force, but a dissolution of boundaries, the ego melting back into flow. When the clock overflows with radiance, when your dream floods with impossible brightness, let it. That light is not leaving you. It's returning everything you refused to release. Let it spill. That's how time becomes whole again. Every dream ends in a silence that isn't empty. It's the pause before awakening. The space where what you were dissolves into what you're becoming. Time, as you knew it, no longer moves. It breathes in perfect stillness, not forward, not back, just being. When you reach this place, the clocks are gone, but the rhythm remains. It's the pulse of existence itself, the eternal now that dreams have always tried to show you. Most people think rebirth is the beginning. It isn't. It's recognition, realizing that you were never bound by the seconds you feared to lose. Jung believed that such dreams mark the moment when the unconscious stops whispering and begins to sing. When the self, once divided, finally remembers its own name. If you find yourself in a dream where everything glows, where light feels like sound and silence feels alive, stay. That's not the end. That's you, remembering what you've always been. You've walked with me through the silence between seconds, where light bled, and time learned how to breathe. What you felt here wasn't just a dream. It was your own awareness, remembering itself. So when the clocks begin again, don't rush. Let the rhythm stay with you. Because even in waking life, the light still spills through the cracks, and somewhere between one breath and the next, the dream continues. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep exploring the hidden meanings of your dreams.